All right, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Around the Loop. Today, we have a 4th of July special. I usually drop a solo dolo episode every Friday, but you know what? Wanted to switch it up and give you guys an explosive episode, a dynamic one. And I have a guest, a returning guest, actually. If you guys remember, I had a Kelken in the very beginning, and today I have him right back, but we have him on video. So thank you so much for being on Around the Loop. I appreciate it.
Bro.
So just want to let everybody know, if you guys haven't had the chance to tap into his album, Thank Me Later, tap in. It's on all platforms, Apple, Spotify. It's on YouTube as well. Check it out. SoundCloud too.
SoundCloud too.
Yeah, there we go.
All of the above.
It's all the above, y'all.
Yeah.
And you got to tap in. You guys need to check it out. I did right away. I listened to every single song, and honestly, we're gonna break it down and we're gonna go through every single one. So I hope you guys are ready.
Yeah.
And so thank you so much for being on the show. Thank you
for having me, bro. I've been trying to do another interview for a while.
I know it's been a minute.
Yeah,
it's definitely been a minute. I know we've been trying to work on it from your last album with Gray, but we had some things come up in the plans. But it's all good. Now we're here on this special day.
We're good now.
Yeah. So we're lucky because today you actually dropped another album. Well, it's last night actually. You dropped it. So let's talk about it.
Yes.
Thank Me Later. So where'd you come up with the name for that?
So I kind of like posted like a little thing on my story. I feel like I do a lot in a way, not like in a cocky, selfish way, but like I feel like I'm always like encouraged to help out my homies and everything like that. Example like adding extra production, just hopping on a song like, oh, let me do a feature, you know what I mean? But also just because I've been doing it for a while, but I feel like I haven't been getting the recognition I deserve. And I feel like it still might take some time to receive an audience. So they're gonna thank me later when I get that, you know what I mean? When I finally reach an audience.
I understand. Yeah, I get you, and I feel that message too. Honestly, I can relate. I can relate to you on that.
It's just kind of like a fun, like, just a very confident, a little aggressive album. Just want to have fun.
Yeah, you know, and I was very interested about your albums because I actually listened to every single song, especially you dropped the single with Tones.
Yeah.
And that was actually really great. I really like that song, and it's great to hear him on the mic again. I know, especially he's been having a busy life.
Oh, for sure.
Fatherhood has been a beautiful thing. So
that song, we actually did that. I think I want to say almost like a year ago.
Oh wow,
so it's a little bit older.
Okay.
But yeah, I appreciate him for blessing up. We also made the one song that he dropped on his album. We made that like at the same exact time, so it worked out.
Okay, nice.
I had to drop it. Yeah.
No, it was great. Honestly, it was great to hear that. And then, I just, listening to the transition, the beat transition from song to song, that's what caught my attention right.
That's what they got to thank me later for, because they may not hear it first listen, but if they do a full playthrough, they gonna hear that.
And that's the thing I want to let you guys know is if you pay attention to songs, the transition from song to song, it flows perfectly. It isn't like it isn't like there's a song randomly just thrown in there. It's like a storytelling, so it makes sense if you pay attention to it. And I saw the features with Jay Nimba, with Cam, Tones.
Those are solid features.
Yeah. Is there any other honorable features that I forgot? I don't want to.
No, that's just the three.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to keep it like light because I like to do features. I like to have features on my song. It's really fun to collaborate with artists, repeating artists especially. But I try to keep it simple, just the three features. So. Yeah.
And so, was it your first time collaborating with Jay Nimba?
Yes, actually, that's the oldest song on the album, made back in December 2023.
Oh wow!
So that's the old one.
Wow. That was a so people, you gotta understand that was made way back.
Yeah, some of them are old, some of them are recent. It's kind of like all over the place. That's another reason I dropped the album, was I finally like found a place to release all of them.
Yes.
So it worked out. But that one's old. But me and Jay Nimba have made, I think, a couple other songs since then, so we stay in touch for sure. Nice. Yeah.
And I saw that the song you released with Cam too as well, and that goes really hard too.
I fuck with that one.
So let's talk a little bit about that. When did you guys make that one?
So I want to say that one's also probably like a year old or something like that. And we've been in contact, like going back and forth. Like I haven't really like gave him any beats, but like we've hopped on songs. Like we did the song Jump In.
Yeah.
We have like, I think we have like one or two others too. But that one was just like I made that song, and originally I was gonna get Jair on it too, but I have a different song with Jair that I'm hyped for. But
there we go.
This one I was like, I want to do one with Cam. I want to see how he hops on this, and he went crazy.
Yeah, he killed it.
I appreciate him for that. Thank you, 14K.
Real, honestly, big shout out to him.
Yeah,
big shout out to Jay Nimba as well.
For real.
And let's talk. And big shout out to Tones too. Honorable mention as well.
Facts. I know he's busy, but I hope to work with him again for sure.
Definitely. And hopefully I have him on the show again as well.
Facts.
So, I wanted to talk about the song "Cautious." That song specifically caught my attention, and it was from the beat transition at the end. The way it played out and the beat in the middle, I liked it. I paid attention to the switch ups. I've heard the switch ups on the beats and stuff, and And for the folks that you got to understand, he does it all on his own. So this is all him.
That's true.
So I paid attention to that. I'm like, and I can picture, you on your laptop doing your work. And I'm like, it's wild. It's actually really impressive.
I've been doing it since the Kelken He Killed It album. So it's just kind of come natural to me. But I was like, this album, every single song needs to have.
Yeah, it did. And
I added the 2 singles. I was like, I'm going to leave those alone. But basically everything else, transition or outro, I had to make it unique because everyone's attention span nowadays is, I think we talked about this last interview. So I needed to add something additional for people to be like, oh shit, that sounds kind of tough.
I noticed your iconic whistle too. You've been doing that a lot more.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. Where'd you come up with that? How did you come up with that?
I think it's just so much inspiration from other artists that whistle, like especially Future. Like I just love whistling and auto-tune. And I've been doing it since I've been like cooking in high school with AAA. And he was like, dude, you got to keep using that shit. So, and all the homies fuck with it too.
No,
so
I like it.
I'm just gonna keep whistling all my songs.
It's like it's your signature piece. It's like, I know when I hear that, I was like, okay, that's what's up. It's cooking.
Yeah, exactly.
So I wanted to ask too, like, do we have any music videos coming out or any in the works for this project?
I really want to. I want to get with my boy Tito, and I want him to really listen to the album and like help me like pick out, because he shot me like a little snippet for Beyond, but I don't know. I really want to go through all of them. I've been playing it front to back since it dropped, but I want to just review it and then just pick out one good song that we can do a video. I'm really considering Cautious because a lot of people have been telling me that's their favorite. So I might have to do Cautious, but we'll see. We'll see.
That, or even do like a short film where the songs transition.
That's what I was thinking too, is like have like a bit of each song in a video. That would be pretty cool as well. I'd like that because it's not too long where I could fit them all in. So yeah, I agree. Well,
that would be pretty dope, or something where it's like not a one shot take, because that'd be crazy. But I mean, something similar where it's like you one scene you leave off, and then the next scene you pick it up and you continue. Yeah, just like that with the beat sequence and how it transitions and everything. Yeah. So it would be a smooth transition. That'd be a fun project to do. So if you ever need help with that, let me know. Album breakdown. So, what made you choose the amount of songs that you had on there? What made you choose that specific amount?
I think I've always kind of locked in a good track list of 10 to 13. I think it all comes back to the attention span thing. I like long songs, don't get me wrong, but an album that's like 30 minutes or under, like I might like that, you know what I mean? Because it's like it's a quick run through, but the songs are catchy. That's kind of what I was going for. And I originally wasn't gonna put 24 Hours or How About Now. Okay. So it was just gonna be 10 tracks. But I wanted to add them as bonus to give them more recognition, because they're definitely one of my favorite singles.
Yeah, I like those a lot.
And they also still kind of match the vibe of the album.
Yep.
I wanted to put them somewhere else, but I think putting them at the end kind of gives a full playthrough of what I actually put production on.
It did flow really good.
I appreciate that. So that's kind of my goal. Is I wanted to do like a good like 10, because I like a 20 to 30 minute album. But like I said, all of these songs were made at different times, but they all, like, making this album, it kind of was a good opportunity to fit them together.
So I wanted to talk about that a little bit, because I noticed that you mentioned you did it at different times.
Yeah.
So you as an artist, how do you manage to still put an album together, even though you did songs here and there, and how did you manage to put something that all matches together, and like, or was it something you had in the works a while back?
I think it's a mix of all of that. I have a weird creative process where I'm like, I'm gonna make an album. Here's the track list. What should I do for a cover? Like, just out of blank fucking nowhere.
Yeah.
And it's good though. I like having that creative spike, but sometimes it overwhelms me. So there's been various times where I've thought of like a random track. At one point I was like, oh yeah, I'm making an 18 song album right here, right now, and I'm gonna drop it, I don't freaking know. So I think eventually, as I was getting these tracks together, like I have songs in my vault that are some of them that are older than the tracks that are on this album. So I want to just go on a crazy single run. I don't have any plans for any more like albums, at least for a while. But it just was just a good time where I was making folders and just putting stuff together. And I started putting songs together on my FL Studio. And it just worked out.
There you go.
It just was a solid, yeah.
That's amazing. No, and I'm proud of you, and especially for the folks who, that are tapping in on this episode. You know, let the world know how you do it. I mean, you're doing your whole song by yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I try like I've been trying to make everything me, like recording it myself, writing it myself, producing it myself. Sometimes I like to use loops. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's still good to have an additional like producer or whatnot. But I have been really trying to like just completely make my
all
own
by
craft.
yourself. Yeah, and I noticed that, you know, it's a lot of work. It's especially being a one-man band. It is a lot of work, and I can definitely understand and I can relate.
But I prefer it. I prefer being independent. You know, maybe eventually one day I'll sign, but right now I have no intention on being a part of a label or anything.
No, and that's okay because you're at your own free will. You can do as you please. You don't have to, like something that 777 Bless mentioned on our interview was he's not tied down to a specific label. He's not tied down to when he's allowed to drop certain things. So if he wants to drop 3 songs in one day, he can. If he wants to drop an album in 2 weeks, he can.
He's got any opportunity.
And it's that freedom. And honestly, something that I've been learning from the independent artists, from you and others, it's having that liberty, having that freedom. Yeah, it is a dream come true to be signed to a label. That'd be cool and all. But I've noticed a lot of artists too that have been independent that have made it very, very far on their own. So, I mean, it's just how you go about it and how you stay motivated on it. Honestly, that's
for sure.
That's how I see it, and it's man, I can already picture like doing another interview and you're gonna be behind some big curtain, some big stage or something. We're gonna be behind stage, and I can see it happen, man. And so wanted to ask, what are your future? I mean, have your dream collaborations changed from the last interview to now, as far as like who you want to collaborate down the road with, or you know?
That's actually a great question, because I do remember we were talking about that last one. Not really though. I haven't been thinking about collaborating with anyone but my homies.
No, and that's good that you're being focused like that, and that's good because it's like it shows where your head's at. It shows where you're on track and everything. And you know, these are dreams and tasks that can actually happen. That can actually be possible. Not, you know, I hope one day to run into Snoop Dogg or Lil Wayne.
Right.
Yeah, one day maybe, but once in a blue moon.
It's just it's an expectation that, you know, it might be a little too far. There's nothing wrong with having it. I still obviously want to work with all of those mainstream artists who I may never come in contact with, but I think I also would like to maybe tap in more with my city. I don't really listen to any San Diego artists because I'm not too much of a fan of West Coast rap too much. Don't get me wrong, I listened to Shoreline Mafia when I was younger, but I mean, I don't know, I never really been tapped in with my city, and you know, seeing like going to Soul Shakedown and seeing like artists, you know, from around here that have like motion who actually, you know, make a sound for themselves and they sound good. I'm not always into that type of music, but it would be cool to definitely get in contact with them, you know, let them hop on beats, work with them as well. But as far as mainstream artists, I'm not focused on it.
No, and that's okay. And it's okay to say that, because it's like, it just shows that, you know, you're focused on a certain mission. You're focused on your friends, and it shows the support that you have for your friends. It shows the genuine side of you that you're supporting them, not just the bigger pictures. Yeah, it's easy to support those big artists and whoop-de-woo.
Facts.
But it means a lot more if you're supporting your own.
Definitely, yeah.
And
you gotta rep your city. You gotta rep where you come from. You know.
100%.
Obviously, unless you know where you came from.
No,
you know what I mean, and you don't want to be there. But if you come from a place that, you know, is hard to you, you know, you got to represent it. You know what I mean? I think that goes for anyone. So yeah, I definitely want to stay tapped in more with my city. I feel like I never really focused on that until this year. So
no, and it's a beautiful thing, especially with the Around the Loop podcast. I've been able to do that with like North County.
Yeah,
because that's been my biggest mission is to really focus on North County. Because I mean, San Diego has their own repetition and everything, and much love to you guys and everything, and much love to LA and everything. But North County needs their own name and sound and wave. When the amazing amount of artists that we have here, from Oceanside all the way down to Encinitas, wherever you want to cut off North County, like all of North County, it's a wave that's training like no other, and phenomenal artists from all over, different rhythms, different beats, different sounds, different styles. Like it's amazing, and to be able to have that opportunity to interview each and one of them, it's like it's a dream come true.
Yeah.
And so no, I totally understand about trying to be focused on your city and everything. And
yeah.
And so how's life been treating you since the last time we spoke?
Life's been good. Life's been good. Yeah, just doing school, still cooking with school. I've been in a slump, at least with making beats, but it's just been always on and off ever since I've started. So I can't say much, but it's been good.
There's been some update with your beats, right? Let's talk about with was it Ronnie J? Ronnie J posted?
Yes.
Come on, we can't forget about that.
That's right. I'm glad you brought that up. Ronnie J was doing. So I've like tried jamming this dude, like no glaze, bro. But he's been my inspo since I started making music. So I've always like been trying to hit him up, And he has like replied to me. There has been times, but he's been streaming on Twitch every now and then, and he posted his email in there. And he's like, send me loops, I'm gonna cook up. And I tried to stay in contact. I sent like hella loops, and he like saw me in chat and was like, yeah, I got you, bro. So it just worked out. I'm a little upset that like out of all the beats he made, he didn't really fuck with that one a lot, but there was more loops in there he could have used. But I'm still blessed that he did. Like that's a dream come true for sure.
Hey, something is better than nothing, man. And it's just a stepping stone for greatness and for better. So the next opportunity that comes up is going to be someone even bigger and better. Yeah. And there's always someone bigger and better. That's just how the game is.
For sure. I'm going for Pure Born.
There we go. And it's possible. Bro. And this is the year that you're making dreams come true. I've seen all the hard work you've been pushing, especially with all your performances. So let's talk a little bit about the interview we talked. You weren't performing.
I hadn't done one yet.
You haven't, right. Well, you did one performance. You did that one performance.
That's right.
Yes, with balance and in tones. That's right. We spoke about that. I can't forget about that. But you did speak about that one performance. But then from there, I mean, you already performed about 4 or 5 times already?
I think it's been like 3 or 4. Yeah. I appreciate Co Records for having that opportunity. Because no one's. Anywhere I go, it isn't safe. That's why I just want to keep a trace. Bro, stop lying, say change. It's an intersection, get the bag and life away. San Diego doesn't get a lot of motion, so anytime that there's like an opportunity of like a performance, I've been trying to go for it recently. I have a lot of anxiety. My anxiety is really bad though, so I've been really iffy about it. But the past 3 that I've done, I'm pretty. At least the first 2, I'm really proud of, and I'm glad that I have the confidence enough to get up on there. And people tell me I have really good energy, and that feels really good, So I definitely want to keep doing it. I'm in a slump right now with performances, but I definitely think I'll pick it back up, especially now that I might take a little break after my album. So
that's good.
We'll see how it goes.
No, that's good. And I wanted to tell the world, especially from seeing it firsthand, so you guys can understand this. I've seen this man perform firsthand.
Yes.
And from your first performance, the Main Street there, up to your most recent one, I wasn't there, but for the other ones, the energy you bring, it's like no other. It's a superstar in the making right there.
Thanks,
you can
man.
see it, and it's different. It's like a transformation all of a sudden. You become that superstar you were meant to be, and it's almost like you forget about everything else. But it's about having that safe environment too, and having a good crowd and good energy too. Yeah. Having that support as well. So I'm very proud of you, and keep up the amazing work, because that's just a stepping stone to greatness, bigger and better things.
Thank you,
so
bro.
Next thing you know, you'll be at Rolling Loud, you'll be having your own shows in San Diego. Like it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen, and I'm proud of every single one of y'all. Especially shout out to Balance, shout out to Tito, Cam,
all the
Tones, everybody. Just seeing you guys grow over this year has been such a journey.
I appreciate everyone for like keeping me in the loop, literally.
Yeah,
bro.
Especially.
It's been it's been a good past couple of years. I don't think I wouldn't be here if I hadn't met any of like you, any of the homies. Like it would be a lot different for sure.
And honestly, it's great that we were all brought together and having this opportunity to meet up again, especially on this 4th of July. And you know, however you guys celebrate it, that's up to y'all. But I hope you guys enjoy it with your loved ones. At least spend some time with your loved ones or your friends, family, however you want to do it. But enjoy the time. Enjoy the time. And I want to ask, so is there anything else that you want to share with the world? Anything that you're planning to drop? Anything else crazy? Because I know you just dropped your album.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really like.
Is there a music video coming out soon with you in the works somewhere?
My next bet is to do something off Thank Me Later. That's like really what I'm focused on right now, because I always try to do like pre-promoting, but I kind of like stop after I release one. So I want to keep this going. I want to keep this out. I want to make sure everyone, you know, really gets a full listen to this, because I love Gray. Gray means a lot to me. That one's like more of like a passion project in a way, because it's more emotional. But I definitely think Thank Me Later is just like, I brought back my old self, but I'm like in the newer generation.
Yeah, I can see that. I hear that. I can hear the mix. I can hear the older you, but with the newer updated you. Yeah, it's crazy to like compare it. But if I've been paying attention to your music. I've been tracking it from when you first started and to now. So you've definitely came a long way.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask about the inspirations behind some of your beats, because I mean, from some of your beats, I was like, okay, this kind of sounds like.
You can kind of identify what type of beats they would be. Yeah.
Yeah, but and it was interesting, because I was like, okay, I can hear certain artists on this. I was like, okay, I can see the inspiration, but I mean, I could be completely wrong. But I heard, let's see, there was something similar to like a Suicide Boy beat. There was something I know Ski Mask would have hopped on for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a couple actually.
That's a top inspiration.
There was a Future one too that was kind of a Future beat.
I'd say Back in Action was definitely a more like a Southside Future type of beat.
Yeah.
Like I just wanted to go for that like Atlanta trap vibe.
No, and I liked it. It was actually really good.
Yeah.
That was a really good song. And so, are you guys planning to drop the music video for that one too?
I would really want to, but I know the guy is really busy, so I would never want to pressure someone when they got a lot of shit on their plate. So it's definitely not it's not a priority. Yeah. But like I said, I do want to get a song, at least one of my solo songs off the album, a video.
Oh, we're gonna make
at least one of them needs life. Yeah.
No, that's amazing. And updating your life, because I mean, last picture you guys seen, he had long hair, and now with the short hair.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that.
I've been getting good cuts, actually from my girlfriend's brother. Shout out Julian Ramos.
Shout out to him.
He's pretty good. He's been cooking up.
No, he has. He's been doing a great job.
This one's definitely been my favorite, so I'm gonna keep going to him. So
no, it's a great fit and everything. You know, it really is, and it shows the growth too. You can see the growth, and it's really nice to see like our old thumbnail to now. See the growth. It's really nice.
100%.
And so let's talk about a couple things. Like, what are some new things that happen in life, like besides music? So what are some new things that happen in your own personal life?
Well, I'm studying communications in college, so I'm trying to work on getting my bachelor's degree. So I'm going to be taking like a little break over the fall, but I plan to transfer to a Cal State for a couple years. So that's going to be fun.
That's amazing.
But I'm not going to stop with music. That's definitely like, it's up here. No matter what a friend, family member says, it's really like what makes me the most happy. And I'm not going to put that under something that doesn't make me as happy. But that doesn't mean I'm not dedicated to get, you know, a bachelor's and finish school. I want to have that for myself. It not only benefits me, but it benefits, you know, what's around me. You know what I mean? So I want to keep in a good mind space, and hopefully I'll be able to exceed better with this, you know? That's just kind of what I'm looking for. I want to be able to provide, sustain for myself, my family, anyone who's in my life.
Really. You're gonna make it happen, man, and I believe in you. I believe in you, especially all the hard work you've been putting off. It's showing. It's showing.
Thank you.
It's showing. That. So you know, I know it's rough. I know the first like couple of years are bumpy. They're rough. They're not easy. It's a lot of work, and I've learned this over the year and some change already with doing this podcast. It's definitely been a journey. Now that things are finally taking off, it's like wow. I can't believe it either. But I'm proud of seeing you guys grow. I'm proud of every single one of you guys. And just to let the world know, we're gonna be doing later on in this episode, I'll be doing a review on his whole album. So you guys will see it on this episode too. I'll be doing a whole review album, so I can have it on tape with your permission.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of
see,
course.
okay, so YouTube, you heard this. With his permission, he allowed me to play his music.
Don't get his ass. No, we don't need no copyright strikes. Nothing like that. We're good.
Don't get me on that. But there we go. So you guys will be tuning in later on in the episode. You guys will be hearing a full review, and I'll be breaking down every song. You guys will be hearing the transition as well. And this episode will be coming out before the fireworks come out, so I promise you that. Nice. Stay tuned. Episode will air around maybe 3 or 4 p.m. With video too, so we'll drop it and we're gonna make it happen.
Solid.
And I appreciate you coming out here. I appreciate your time. I appreciate you catching up.
Thank you.
And I want to ask also about, there's another artist from your city that I'll be working with shortly too.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's gonna be nice. And
that's awesome.
we're gonna stay tuned with that one. But honestly, I wanted to ask, is there any big plans you're having today?
For today, no, not for today. But I was out last night because it was Oceanside's birthday. So
yeah, how was that?
That was cool. That was cool. They did a drone show and a fireworks show.
How did that go?
It was awesome. It was pretty cool. It was cool to see. They're launching fireworks like right in front of us. So it was awesome. But I don't really have too many plans tonight. But just gonna take it easy. And hopefully everyone else does the same.
Yes, sir. And I wanted to ask, have you had an opportunity to check out the fair?
Yes, I took it with my lady. It was pretty good. We're not too much of a fan of the rides. You can call me a pussy. No, I ain't gonna lie, but
they're kind of sketch.
They're kind of sketch, right?
They're kind of sketch.
We've been on them the previous years, but I mean, that Crazy Mouse ride. Are you kidding me, dude? I feel like I'm gonna fall into the water. Like, no, I'm good. But we just ate the food, checked out the games and all the vendors and everything, the shopping. It's really cool.
Yeah, it was really neat.
There's other stuff to do there than just the rides.
Any favorite foods out there that you actually liked?
Anything that raises your cholesterol. Seriously. Anything that keeps your cholesterol at an all-time high is fucking delicious. You can't go wrong with some fried whatever the hell from Chicken Charlie's. I mean,
no, Chicken Charlie's is really good, honestly. I had their teriyaki chicken pineapple. That is actually pretty good.
I've seen that, yeah.
It's actually really good. I tried that. I tried a turkey leg for the first time too. That was interesting. I don't think it's fucking turkey, to be honest.
I think if you're from here, regardless, I think going to the fair is just a traditional thing.
It is.
I think it's just a standard. If you're San Diego, North County, whatever, you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta come check it out, honestly. And I mean, the fair is up to Sunday, so Sunday's the last day, July 6th.
That's true.
They didn't pay. I'm just saying. But come check them out too. And like I said, thank you so much for taking your time, for being on the show. Is there anything else you'd like to share real quick?
No, I think I was gonna mention, like, to end it off, my advice would be to just stay tapped in with your city.
Let's give them some great advice. Let's put them on.
That's kind of the main gist, is stay tapped in with your city. Don't try to exceed your expectations, trying to work with other artists. Like, I have done that, and sometimes I have succeeded, but it doesn't get you where you want to be. And you might come off as some personality that you're not,
True.
So just stay tapped in with your city, be you, and you'll find a way. That's all.
I appreciate it. And like you guys heard it here on Around the Loop, the Scoob wise word said, but Jojo Too Faded. Man, I'm gonna fuck this up, but I stuttered. But it's all good because we keep it genuine here on the show, and I'm not gonna edit that out. I'm just gonna keep it there. So if you guys haven't tapped in on the previous episodes too, we had one with J-Raw, we had one with Jojo Too Faded, 777 Blessed, today with Kelken, and then Monday we have an episode coming out with Out the Mud, actually. Nice. So a clothing brand from straight out of Vista. And like I said, I'm keeping it in North County, y'all, so tap in with it as well on all platforms. You catch his album on all platforms as well. And on the end of this episode, like I said, we're going to be doing a review on his album. So this isn't the end. So stay tuned for that as we do an album review too when I get home.
Oh, yeah.
And like I said, thank you so much for being on the show. I'm looking forward to seeing the growth. I'm looking forward to seeing the projects and everything. And, stay tuned for the music videos. Stay tuned for all the upcoming work. You guys don't want to sleep on them. I'm telling you, this is an up-and-coming superstar.
Check out the album. Thank me later.
Yes, thank you.
Alrighty, everybody.
Thank you so much for being on
tuning in on this episode. Thank you for staying tuned, actually, and watching the entire clip. Now, here we're going to do the album review on Thank Me Later by Kelken. Like I promised y'all, got to tap in. Album's right here, just so you can tap it in. I'll put it on the screen right there. And the link's going to be in the bio. But let's dive into this 12-song album. And honestly, man, really, really excited. We got some honorable guests here. We have Tone the Usual, Jay Nimba, and Cam 14K. So let's go into it, y'all. Do a little snippet of each, so y'all can tap it.
Thank me later.
Man, let's talk about that. That's just the intro, y'all. You guys are not ready. So we're gonna dive back into action, featuring Tone the Usual, just so you guys can hear it a little bit.
Okay, I'm back in action. Okay, I know that they tapped it. Okay, I know that they capped it. On my name, these boys they be acting, but they mad that I get no reaction. They don't fuck with me cause I've been passive.
Let's go. Man, the rhythm and the flow, let's go. So let's dive into Geeked. That song had my attention, and it actually had the attention of Camp 14K as well. Ooh, here we go. Oh, I got this on shuffle. Okay. Matter of fact, I do not mix up the Sprite. Fuck it, bitch, I can go buy what you like, but you gotta ride on the dick like a bite. I said my brother to split up his head, looks like he prefers. Next song we got is On Demand. Man, if you guys paid attention, I'm just saying, y'all, like, Kelken made all his beats. So just to sit down and actually review it, and knowing that he did all his beats by himself, like, it's pretty cool. It's something to be very proud of. That's for sure. Cautious. Now, Cautious is probably one of my favorites out of the album. It's just got a beat like no other. It's something unique about it. Twin by Kelken. Let's go. I needed a bed 3 years later, I need me a new one. Yeah. I let my brother just sip in the dirty that could feel it. Okay. No Doubt by Kelken. Here we go. So no doubt, honestly, that the past 8 songs so far on the album have been nothing but straight fire. And like you guys have paid attention in the episode, some of these songs were made way back in 2K13, 2013. So for Kelken to actually be able to basically stop where he was, stops making a certain kind of music and then pick up a year later or two and keep the flow similar, keep it even better, more, it's unique, honestly, and for this, I appreciate. So I really enjoy the beat transitions on here, especially the song Back Into Action and Beyond as well. No Doubt has a really, really great beat to it as well. Cautious is probably one of my favorites. And let's jump next into song number 9, Protagonist. Okay, not your daughter's savior. All right. There we go. Okay. I was busy, I was shopping at that demons. Occupied because I was fighting all my demons. K was in his badge trying to prove himself a point. K was in his badge trying to prove himself a point. Power like a horse, so we can speed and we can switch it. I'm a white boy, ain't no dork, you know I'm outside with the members, and we eat with number 4. 24 hours too. I like the beat to this one. I'm honestly glad he put 24 hours in the album. And here we go. How about now? Ooh, he's got lyrics, yo. Oh, I'm the money maker, I'll go around. Trying to stand up, boy, sit your ass down. You smoke this bitch, I'm smoking pounds. It's not gonna, but I'm dripping down. Okay. Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Putting some lyrics here so we can tap in if we wanted to, vibe with it too. Tom Brady passing the yards, same kid, new foreign car. I'ma drive that bitch just like a stolen with the mask on like it's till COVID. Yeah, there we go, man. Honestly, Kelken, you did a phenomenal job on this, and I'm very proud of you. And if you guys haven't had the chance to tap in on Thank Me Later, I'm gonna put the link in there so you guys can tap in. But great album that came out, and you guys gotta tap in. I mean, this is a superstar in the making, and only exclusive here on Around the Loop podcast on this 4th of July special. So thank you for tuning in, and have a great day, y'all.